This is the episode where Tony and Matt touch knees.
Touch knees or we touch knees?
Oh.
It's okay. Ways you can go about that.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Life is good.
Life is really good, dude. I got my son. He was visiting his mom for the summer. He's back, getting ready for the quote-unquote school year, if you want to call it that.
Remote learning,
virtual learning. It's happening, people. Good luck. Buckle up, because it's happening.
Does virtual learning mean you're not really learning?
Yeah. It's like virtual reality. It's not really real.
It's not real reality. It's the closest thing.
Yeah, so Vic's back, man. It's great having him back, man. And,
I wish you all Godspeed in teaching your children.
Good luck. Good luck, everybody.
I told Joyce, like, the reality I feel like these kids are going to have to deal with is the second semester will feel like the first semester.
Yeah,
no. Probably do
when you first meet your teachers and your friends. Yep.
So
yep.
I wonder, you think they're gonna be slack on grading like they were at the end of this thing?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, everyone's learning, right? They're gonna be feeling this thing out. I think this first 9 weeks is not gonna be an experiment per se, but there's gonna be a lot of road bumps. You know, a lot of challenges to overcome. They might be a little more lenient.
My dad jokes, he's like, why didn't these things happen when I was in school? Like, everyone's passing, everyone's doing it from home.
Yeah,
like,
hey, no pajamas. No pajamas. Better not catch any of your kids in pajamas.
Well, why? I better not catch.
Dude, I'm in pajamas right now.
But I better not catch. Me too. I better not catch any of your kids' bottom half. Like, this is a.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? Why? I don't.
I should not be seeing the bottom half of the. No one should be showing that. Yeah, I don't care what you're wearing.
I don't care what you're wearing. I should see your face.
You should have a T-shirt. I get, like, okay, like, no spaghetti strap shirts, no tank tops for guys or girls. It don't matter. Like, you should not be showing me your shoulders and stuff like that.
I should not see there is a lower half. There is.
And it should not be showing.
Yeah. And,
shouldn't. Like, why is the laptop that low? Like, why? What are we doing? Why are you standing up and walking out the room in the middle of your lesson? Like, dude, just like in regular class. Like,
when virtual learning happened back in March, to finish the school year when COVID popped, I'll never forget this. I was helping facilitate Victor's online learning in his kindergarten classroom,
right?
Zoom meeting, right? And there was this one kid that was I was sitting there. I was like over Vic's shoulder. I was like, "What is that?" This kid, this kid is on he's on one of those hoverboards. This kid is on a hoverboard in an online classroom doing circles, 360s.
You told me about that.
And he was just sitting there. And of course, are the kids listening to the teacher? Are they following along on the book? No. What are they doing? They're watching the kid on the hoverboard.
You had stepped in. You told me, you were like, "Excuse me, like it's hard to concentrate with."
No, I did. I said, "Hey, is there?" And I wanted to say the name, but I was like, "Hey, little guy, do you think maybe we could
hop
get off the hoverboard
for 15 minutes,
freaking hoverboard."
How long was those classes at that time?
They usually 20 to 30 minutes a pop, and then they'd have a little break, and then they'd come back and do different ones. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, dude. It's very interesting.
So how much is too much to expect from a child?
Man, I don't know. I mean,
can you expect a child of an age to sit still,
dude,
and not? Here's the thing: when does it become too much to ask a kid that you will sit down for X amount of time and not speak?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's
each kid, right? But
it's every kid and it's every age group. It's a little different.
At a certain age, I don't think. Here's my point. I don't think 20 minutes is too much to ask from a kid. I don't think 30 minutes is too much to ask from a kid.
Well, no. Here's the thing: 30 minutes with an unsupervised younger kid, they need supervision. And this is what nobody's talking about. It's like virtual learning. Oh, okay, they can just stay home. Somebody has to be there with them, especially these younger kids,
they have
to help facilitate, to keep them on track. It can't just be on this face of a teacher on a screen. You need an adult or an older child in the house or at the daycare center or at a private school.
It can't even be an older
facilitate.
child. The older child is working.
The other child is doing
schoolwork.
That's right. They're doing their schoolwork
too. Their own schoolwork. So
yeah, it's going to be wild, and I don't think we're going to know what the hell is going on for the first 9 weeks.
There's going to be long-lasting effects.
Yeah, I think February you're going to see a lot of changes being made. I think there's going to be we just don't know, man. We don't know what's going to happen.
Some of them are not going back at all because they got that choice. Some of them are going to be hybrid. I think they said that the high schoolers are not going back even in the fall. I got to double check that.
Wow.
But they're still doing hybrid or they're doing learning. We're getting commercials.
It's our boy.
Commercial.
Hey, check it out.
This is Parker Wahlbeck. He actually does some dope stuff.
No, he does some great content.
But we're going to skip your commercial.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. We are full-time filmmakers.
Yeah, I know, right?
We don't need the class.
Whoa.
Oh, that's great, man. But yeah, no, it's It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. Hopefully everything goes as smoothly as possible. We've mentioned it before. We do not envy the people that have made these decisions. This is going to be very difficult on the kids. It's going to be difficult on the teachers, the administrators, parents especially, all our families. Everybody's
Do we know if they're going to let them
man.
play sports right now?
No, I think that at least VBCPS, I don't think we're doing any kind of PE or
That's
recess.
unfortunate too, because that's another avenue that people get to college and stuff like that.
When we go back.
When you do your 9th grade and you go in there and you join a sports team and you start developing yourself athleethly,
Well, dude, think about all the musicians, all these kids that I was a musician growing up. I did band. Mm-hmm. No band, no marching band, no extracurricular, none of that crap. No sports. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, it's time to get into the computer programming club and all that stuff.
Yeah, baby.
C++ language. That's
right. They still teaching C. Is that still a thing? C++?
Yeah, it's still a programming language. Very much used.
Yes, globally. What else has been going on, man? How about this? I know we've talked about this offline a lot, but this whole the clash between Epic, the company Epic, and Apple.
The Epic clash
between Epic. The Epic clash between Epic and Apple
and Google.
So tell me what happened, because this is fun. This is a fun conversation.
Well, we don't know exactly what happened for real, because we know what we were told, which is the case in life always, right?
So let's fill people in. If you haven't heard what's going on,
we preface this with we don't know what we're talking about.
No, we don't.
All right, so if
we love commenting on things
information,
we have no clue about.
We don't know what we're talking about. So this is not this is not the no spin zone. This is not unbiased. This is 100% biased.
This is 100%
spin. And most of this is gonna be just hearsay,
unbridled aggression.
We say all that to combat the things we argue and debate about offline, because we talk about who bears the responsibility of knowing what's true. That's you, right? So we're gonna tell you
it's on a personal.
We're gonna tell you it's on you to figure out whether this is nonsense or this is some truth. We like to think we know a little bit of what we're talking about.
Sure.
So here's a little bit of what we're talking about.
So who is Epic?
Epic, the company that made Fortnite, and they didn't just make Fortnite. They made a whole game engine that other games are made with. So the technology, when
they
you
have
see
proprietary tech.
Yeah, so
that a lot of different studios and a lot of different production houses in the gaming world use their tech. So they're they're a big player in the game space.
Right, and you could imagine, just without knowing anything about a video game, someone drew that character.
Yeah.
Someone went into a computer and said, when this drawn character does this, I want this thing to happen.
Epic created that program.
Created an engine that has textures, that has graphics, that has language for the computer to understand and interface. It's
called the Unreal Engine. If you're a gamer, you've heard of the Unreal Engine.
Very popular.
So yeah, and also like Tony mentioned, they make Fortnite, which is arguably the most popular video game on the planet.
Yeah, they make Fortnite, but then other games use their technology. Like Gears of War will use their technology.
All right, so what happened?
Yeah, so apparently Epic, they want to be on platforms, right? And this is where Matt and I had a long debate where we talk about Epic makes video games. They made Fortnite, and they wanted it available on every platform possible, because when you have a product, that's what you do. You put it on every platform that you can reach, and you extend your reach. You make money. You're in business to make money.
Yes.
Epic apparently has an agreement with Apple, and apparently this agreement is for everyone. It's across the board, is from what we understand, is that if you're going to be on Apple's store, if you're going to be on Google's store,
if you have an app to sell and you want that Apple reach,
you want to play in that storm, in that store, you have to be fine with 30% of what we think is, I guess, only profits or sales.
It's got to be.
That's also, you had to specify that also. Is it profit? Is it sales? Is it net revenue? All that stuff. So
Apple's taking 30%.
They want 30% to be on your store,
and that's everybody, not just Epic. That's just hey.
From what we understand.
You
could probably negotiate a better split or whatever, but
maybe.
What they say is 30%, right? So Epic didn't like that. A lot of people side with Epic and say I wouldn't like that either.
But this isn't a new thing, though, right? This is they signed this contract however long ago. They've been okay with it. They haven't been okay with it, but they've been
at some point they were okay when they put their name on that sheet of paper.
They've been playing
by the rules to review
that
contract and say we want to be there that bad. Similar, this is a very parallel conversation with record label contracts, which are far worse than 30%.
They're crazy.
Epic is taking home 70%, and they do what they will with their 70%.
Dude, I need to
record
know
contract.
How much is Epic making just on Fortnite a month? Isn't it? It's something crazy.
It might be. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to throw a figure out there. If you told me $1 billion a month, I wouldn't be completely surprised. It's wild. The point is that to be on that platform, they had to pay a substantial chunk of their business revenue. It's 30%. Epic has decided that is no longer something that they're happy with. What are they making a month?
This was March of 2018, and it's only grown in popularity since then. In the month of April in 2018, Fortnite alone, just Fortnite, made $300 million.
Well, how many users do they have? Because I could have sworn the number of users is like 400 million, like active users. Something wild. The point being, is that Epic is no longer interested in doing business that way. So what they did was
350 million players.
350 million players, and it's growing. It's not going to stop anytime soon.
No.
It's a force in the gaming world for many good reasons.
So Epic woke up one day and said, "You know what? Screw that. I
don't want to split my money anymore that way, right?" And really, the tactic they seem to have employed to kind of keep more of their money is that in the agreement with Apple and Google, they say if we're going to host your game, then that's 30% off the top, period, right? So Epic says, well, there's a way around it. We can sell our V-Bucks, which is the currency of Fortnite, to buy skins and other things, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They said we'll sell them direct.
In-game purchases, you've heard that before.
We'll sell them direct for 20% cheaper than if you would have bought it through the App Store and such like that, which makes sense. But Apple says, no, our agreement says 30% of what you sell when you're on our store. Epic says, well, it's not on your store, though, because we're making that money off your store. And Apple says, no, your game is on our store. We had an agreement. You're in breach breaking of contract. The agreement, right?
So overnight, Apple says, hey, guess what? You want to play by your own rules? That's fine. You're now off the App Store.
You're off the App Store. And
you're gone.
And Epic knew this, and they wanted this to happen.
Yeah, no.
Now, whether they're wise for doing this or not, whether they'll win this, we don't know yet, right?
Yeah.
But they knew this was going to happen. They wanted it, and we know that because they rolled out a video the next day.
Oh, my gosh.
Already
lampooning. They're lampooning Apple.
They had an entire marketing campaign
ready to go.
Ready to go for this.
So this has been in motion for a long time behind the scenes, and now they're making this big... it's just funny to me. It's just funny to see these crazy huge mega companies having a pissing match. It's shocking.
I don't know if Epic is in that tier though. Epic is still punching up quite a bit.
Yeah, this is true. I
don't know if you saw the news that shared it on Facebook because I thought it was interesting anyway, but it fits with this conversation. Is that Apple for the first time in U.S. history is the first publicly traded U.S. company that is at $2 trillion. The valuation of that company, $2 trillion.
I saw that you posted it the other day. Trillion
they're
with
also,
a T, guys, with a T.
And on top of that, they're still the most profitable company on the planet, I think.
And they're so anti-consumer
not just the US.
in so many ways.
Well, they are anti-consumer, so it leads you to wonder how they're making that money, and it gets
Yeah.
kind of a dark conversation because you start talking about labor camps in other countries and
well,
how
they also make
they
also make a bunch of products that are slick and easy to use. And
this is true,
accessible.
But the argument when you start looking at how they're making their money, they're doing it off the backs of very, very low labor wage force.
They're not the only one.
They're not, but they are.
Take a look at any of them. Nike, looking at you, Nike.
They're arguably the biggest offender because how did they climb to that substantial growth? I mean, they showed. I think it was last year they were $1 trillion. This year they hit $2 trillion. That type of growth, Matt.
That's crazy.
And we're not talking about you doubled your 100 to 200. You
yeah,
doubled.
It's weird
to
think about what has come from Apple in the last year that was revolutionary.
Well, it's your services. It's going to be your services that they're doing. So Apple, really, I think that's where they've been pushing stuff. That's why Apple Music, Apple TV,
Pay, Apple,
movies. They're getting the financial sector,
the credit card going.
sector.
They're diversifying their bonds, baby.
Which is what you do, right?
That's what you got to do.
The conversation you and I had, and we'll leave it to the people to decide, is you and I we see this on different levels. And we have to kind of peel back the onion a bit. As small business owners, we say Apple should be able to do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah, because that's the argument I usually make. I'm like, well, if you don't like it, then you go somewhere else. You broke the contract,
right? And then
you signed the contract. You gotta, play by the rules,
which is
man.
Generally true, right?
Yeah.
But the counterpoint that I brought up, just because we like to look at things from every angle and just talk about it, this is the way we day to day we debate random things for entertainment's sake.
We do, dude. We'll have an hour and a half long conversation. I'm like, dude, why we should just talk about this on the podcast?
Yeah, no. So we are. But the counterpoint to that is, there is such thing as a company getting so big that they now control the market.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
They are able to now. And the real problem is not your size. The problem is what comes with that size.
Right.
At that size now, you
influence,
dictate who is successful and who is not.
Yes.
And that is a dangerous position to allow someone to be in.
We talk about Amazon and Bezos over there, man.
Amazon, yeah.
And he's cornering, and not just the online marketplace in terms of buying stuff. It's getting wild.
He's going to dominate logistics. If he does, you can argue that he dominates it today.
Yeah. When you talked about a couple days ago, there are rules in this country about monopolies. And
there's labor laws.
Yeah.
There's rules in this country about monopolies, labor laws, fair treatment.
Mm-hmm.
There's rules about the overall economy and how the United States market is to conduct itself. That's funny how these things keep moving.
Yeah,
there's just rules and laws in place for that to avoid stuff like this, to where
Yeah.
one company has sway. And we talked about lobbying, how these companies get so big
It
that
always
now they can
happens this
affect
way, though,
laws.
man. Like look, I mean, you look at the cable companies. There's only a handful. You look at the big movie studios. There's only a handful. You look at every. And I'm like, don't we have rules against this?
We do, and those things get put in place. But what happens is they have enough money to go line the pockets of certain people of influence and say, you know what, we know this is kind of wrong, but turn your back on it at least for 4 more years.
Yeah.
Turn your back on it for a little bit. Just we'll help you with this other thing or whatever. So
Yeah.
things that everyone knows, it's not necessarily conspiracy theories. We know these things happen. They only get brought up when they affect you directly, though. Right.
Yep.
So it's interesting to see what's going on with them. I personally think Apple has gotten too big and they have very arrogant practices, and I think that their day of reckoning is coming soon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why I think that they should have. I don't get it. I don't get how they've seen their success to that level, man. Because it's just, I consider a lot of the things they do anti-consumer. We can go through a laundry list of things, we won't even bother, but I'm a fan of Apple. This is an Apple computer right here.
We use Apple stuff.
I got iPhones. I am capable of 2 thoughts at once, though. I am capable of liking a product and not liking the people behind it and the way they do certain things.
Yeah, and lobbying for change, maybe.
Yeah, I'm capable of loving somebody in person and not liking a lot of things they do.
Sure.
Doesn't change the love I have for them. So,
yeah, man. Yeah.
a lot of ideas, we talked about that before. People need to be able to wrap their mind around 2 ideas at once and not be so cancel culture.
Capable of critical thinking.
Yeah, it's not always black and white. Be capable of diverse thought, man, and not being upset about it.
So look it up. It's a fascinating story. And it's funny because what Epic they made they lampoon an old commercial from the late 80s that Apple created that one of my favorite film directors, Ridley Scott, directed. Basically talking about, it's an underdog story, right? Into going after these Goliaths, these corporate Goliaths, and look what Apple has become. It's so funny how they used to be, and now look where they are. They've become what they feared.
Well, yeah, and it's a comment
funny.
about totalitarianism, where someone has the complete power to just tell you, nah, this is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
And you could argue Apple is the way it is on their platform and their products. Should they be allowed to do that
baby,
at this stage?
Go get yourself a Google phone.
Yeah,
Go get that Android, baby.
Yeah, but it
Ew.
I still say, they clearly, here's what cannot be really debated. They have a huge market share and they control.
They really do.
They have a huge say in what happens in the market.
It's like half the freaking phones in America.
Well, not just that, though. When you look at the video game market, the mobile video game market, they also have that. They have a stranglehold on the physical phone market, on the mobile phone application market,
just the
software market. And this is their tentacles reach very, very far, and this is a point. Now, is Epic gonna win this?
No.
Long story short, I don't think they should. I don't think they should.
You
broke your contract.
You broke your contract, baby.
They shot themselves in the foot. Did you see that they put a release basically begging for mercy, though? Because Apple took it further. Apple said, we're not going to allow you access to our developer tools anymore. So now you can't even update your game for iOS if you wanted to. Like, you don't have the tools to our platform anymore. So Epic said...
Come to battle with a shotgun, baby. That's what's going to happen.
Well, you brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, man.
Epic made a statement, and we could look it up, but they made a statement to the effect of, if we don't have those developer tools, this now puts the Unreal Engine itself at risk.
See ya.
And they're saying this is going to affect movies, video games, and all this other stuff. You went to fight with somebody that had a nuclear suitcase, right?
See ya. Dude, I think it's hilarious. I was like, you idiots. You idiots.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what it.
Come on, man. You're gonna mess with Apple. Come on.
Well, if it turns into a situation where the government says, you know what, those contracts shouldn't exist that way. We understand that you're allowed to sell on your platform, but you cannot regulate it. You can't. Here's the way I see it. You can't prohibit somebody from making a honest living, right? So a contract that says you can only sell here at this price, maybe that's the result of this, where the government says, you know what, Epic, you cease to exist, you broke your contract. But moving forward, we don't want contracts to exist where someone can tell you, if you sell here, you can't sell anywhere else.
Yeah, because
you cannot affect your
what's
price.
What's stopping Apple from going, hey, that 30%, hey guys, it's now 40% this year.
That or the fact that, you know what's stopping me from just understanding? See, at the previous company I worked for, they used to discuss how a price for their product in New York might be different than the price for the same exact product in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to them to decide, because there might be different shipping costs over there. There might be different
There's a lot
tax
of
rates
different
over
variables,
there.
sure.
So I should be able to, not the same way, you know, Apple made a platform, and they should be able to make money as much as they can. They maximize profits. That's why you're in business, is to maximize profit.
Sure.
Epic should also be allowed to find ways to maximize their profit. Yeah. And you know what? It should be on Apple to make it more attractive somehow for them to figure it out that I should buy it through the Apple Store anyway.
Right.
It's easier for me.
There are incentives to bring people to Apple.
Maybe you give me a month of Apple Music for free if I buy it through here. There's ways they could have competed.
Yeah.
Versus saying, nah, you're not allowed to go make money because Epic has their own storefront. What are you saying? Are you saying as Apple, are you now saying because my game is available on your platform that I can't sell it on my own? Or I'm not allowed to build my own platform also? I guess that's the argument. Like, you are stopping me from finding a means of just growing now. Like, you don't.
Behind Apple's curtain is how many users? That's the cake. It's like, yeah, I want to be on Apple because they got the reach, man.
Oh yeah, no.
So they have the power. They have all the power in this situation. I think
that's the record label debate right
funny.
there. Like, it's really like, do you want to go earn 10% off of your music and reach millions, or do you want to earn
keep it
100% and reach thousands?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you.
It's hard. I'd like to see more platforms, right? Like, maybe, but that's the scary thing that I was telling you. How do you now develop a new platform when you have juggernauts that can just stop you?
That's the thing. You kind of
because the answer is go to your own platform.
Right.
How you guys could stop me at any point? All you got to do is put that Sauron's eye. Sauron or Saruman? I was confused because their names sound real similar.
Saruman was the bad dude, and then Sauron was the
Saruman's
eye.
eye points at you. Yeah. It's over.
Sauron.
So you got to kind of like, maneuver, whatever. Yeah. So
you got to play by the rules, baby. And this has all been built. It's like, yeah, there is no new platform. You're going to fail, dude.
But it's
like the streaming. It's like Twitch, Facebook, YouTube.
And you need diversity.
Who else, dude? Look what happened to Mixer with all their money and all their power.
That's Microsoft.
With all that money, you can't do it. Like, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Remember the Joker? With all of your strength,
you have nothing.
I don't want to kill you.
You have nothing.
You complete me. Yeah, man.
So which Joker was the best?
Which Joker was the best? I really, of course, huge Ledger fan. I think it's generational. I think our parents would say, "Are you kidding me? It's Jack Nicholson." And then we go, "Oh, are you kidding me? It's Heath Ledger." And all these new kids, "Are you kidding me? It's
some people take it further back. What was the first? Was Cesar Romero?
Yeah.
From the TV show.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I think they're all great in their own ways. I really liked Old Boy's rendition recently in Joker. What's his name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
I liked that. I loved Heath Ledger. I personally think Heath Ledger's was the best Joker. But
I'll give you a hot take, and if any nerds watch this, they can get upset about it. And the thing, I don't think Jared Leto's was that bad. I think it was different.
I never saw it.
I think that. So here's the thing: it was overhyped. It was after the Heath Ledger one, and it's like we gotta have the best. He was very different. If you watch that one,
it's all interpretations.
He's the cartoon version of the Joker. Yeah. Heath Ledger was if the Joker was a real-ish person.
Yeah.
That's what you would get. Jared Leto is if you took the cartoon one and he's acting like the cartoon, he'd be kind of like that.
And then Joaquin Phoenix is just a legit guy with mental health.
Person with mental health issues, right? Yeah. But they're saying the rumors are that this is going to be in the next Joker movie, the next Batman movie. They're just going to explain that he was the inspiration for the real Joker. So they're going to still keep Joaquin Phoenix's involvement, but they're going to be like, he inspired the real one, and the real one is this guy or whatever. So
anyway, all right, yeah. How about a magic trick? That was wild. He was so good.
Some people just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I know why you all choose to have your group therapy sessions in the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. The Batman.
There's a bunch of real quick because we're gonna get out of here. But there's a bunch of like people catching things that were messed up about that movie. Like when he goes see Harvey in the hospital and he just has that mask over there, but the makeup here, and Harvey didn't recognize him. So he took it off.
You know, I love in that scene. Like, Harvey looks over and he takes off and he goes Joker goes, hi.
Yeah.
Hi, dude, and Harvey Dent's all freaking out.
Furious.
Dude, such a good performance, man. I'm going to go watch Dark Knight tonight. I'm going to do it.
I'm not. I'm going to play Fortnite before they take it off of the PlayStation.
Get your drops in now, baby.
They were talking about that, though. They were talking about how the same type of contract exists on PlayStation and stuff. So
they coming for everybody.
Sony gets upset.
Yeah.
Fortnite, I'm
telling
coming for you.
I'm coming for you, Fortnite. I'm taking you off all the platforms.
You never
All
play
right,
Fortnite
man.
again. You ain't about it. And then Walmart's gonna get upset because the toys are gonna get off the shelf. Cause
All it takes, you talk about it, all it takes is one guy or gal to wake up in a shit mood and just start making sweeping changes. They come into work and all of a sudden Jeff Bezos from Amazon goes, you know what?
I've had enough.
I've had enough of you.
I don't like
company.
FedEx anymore.
Yeah, you're out.
I feel like destroying you.
Yeah, I'm buying you and then I'm gonna burn it.
It's a bunch of every company's a bunch of grooves from Despicable Me, like
Dude,
just sitting
yeah,
around like on
yeah.
the button, like
Don't be a gru.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm Matt.
I'm Tony.
This is the Tsunami Podcast.
You trying to kill my father?
You trying to kill my father? How about a magic?
We're gonna end every episode with just a random like
Dave Chappelle quote.
Great Scott.
Great Scott, yeah.
Random quote for something.
Oh man, good episode, dude.